Hello, my fellow Americans. This is Donald J. Trump coming to you live from Morro Bay, California. I'm here to convince you guys why I should be your next president to make America really great again. To begin with, for my domestic policy, if you haven't already heard, I want to build a wall on the border of Mexico and make them pay for it. How I'm going to do it? Well, it's an easy decision for Mexico. It would be a one-time payment of them of $5 to $10 billion to ensure that $24 billion continues to flow into their country every year. If they protest, I will enforce our existing trading rules. Cancel visas and increase visa fees. For immigration is a privilege, not a right. As for healthcare reform, I will repeal Obamacare immediately. I have a series of reforms ready for application that follow free market principles and that will restore economic freedom and certainty in this country. By following free market principles and working together to create sound public policy that will broaden healthcare access, make healthcare more affordable, and improve the quality of care to all Americans.
Obamacare is terrible.
To discuss our fellow veterans, I will ensure veterans have convenient access to best quality care. I will decrease wait times, improve healthcare outcomes, and a good transition from service to civilian life. I would also like to improve help for our female veterans and modernize the VA. The most important component of our China policy is leadership and strength at the negotiating table. I will bring fairness to our trade with China and keep jobs and factories in America.
Yes, sir.
I have 4 steps to our tax reform. To start off, I plan to have tax relief for the middle class of America. Second, I want to simplify the tax code, and everything's better when it's simple. 3, I want to grow the American economy by discouraging corporate inversions, adding a huge number of new jobs, and making America globally competitive again. And last but not least, I want to make sure not to add to our debt and deficit, which are already too large. Now here's what you guys want to hear. Gun control. The Second Amendment to our Constitution is clear. The right of the people to bear arms shall not be infringed upon, period. Moving on to immigration reform, I have 3 core principles laid out for you guys. First, I believe that a nation without borders is not a nation at all.
Boom.
Second, I believe a nation without laws is not a nation either.
Boom.
And third, I believe a nation that does not serve its own citizens is not a nation.
Boom.
Moving on to foreign policy, I believe America comes first. The United States will always put its economy and foreign policy interests first, but allies in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East will benefit from a much stronger, less ambiguous U.S. role in the world as long as we prepare to pay up. America first will be the overriding theme of my administration. Under a Trump administration, no American citizen will ever again feel about their needs come second to the citizens of foreign countries. We're going to work very closely with her friends in the Muslim world, which are all at risk for violent attacks. I call for a temporary ban on Muslim foreigners entering the United States and suggest that U.S. Middle East will always need to shoulder more of the costs of American military involvement in the region. This has to be a 2-way street. They must also be good to us. It's no longer 1-way, it's 2-way. If you still aren't convinced, here are some influential people who endorse me. Our former 46th President, Dick Cheney. Our 44th Vice President, Dan Quayle. Current U.S. Senator Kelly Ayotte. Richard Burr, Tom Cotton, and many more. Former Major League Baseball player George Brett, owner of the New York Jets John Woody, golfer Jack Nicklaus, various actors whom I can't all mention, and to finish off, John Daly, Mike Tyson, and Herschel Walker. As for my special interest groups, I believe is the American people. Thanks for watching, and let's make America great again.